Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you guys how I made this adorable headband holder for our new baby girl's nursery. It's pretty easy to make and you get to customize it to the specifications that you want. These are the beautiful accents I picked for mine. And ended up with my final product, which is this, and headbands can be placed over each of the little knobs. So what you need to start is you actually need a board. It can be just a basic board, any size you want. Wood board, like a wooden board. I actually found this at a local craft store, and it already had the idea kind of what I wanted to do. Now it wasn't perfect, but I knew I could change it up, so this was very convenient. But you could just get a basic piece of board yourself and sand it down and paint a design on it. Or if you look hard enough, you might be able to find one like I did. The next thing you're going to need is to pick up however many you're going to want to place on your board of the little knobs. And these are actually drawer knobs. These are the little knobs that you can screw into to use as drawer handles, but they're customized. You just can pick, there are so many different choices out there. So you just pick the one that works for your room. This is completely optional, but if you want to add a little bit of shimmer or glitter to your headband holder board, then you're going to need a sponge brush like this and some sparkle glaze. Okay, so first what you want to do is prep your board. For my situation, I needed to remove the existing drawer knobs. Some were hooked in the back, some in the front. I just unscrewed them. Sometimes they stuck a little in the drawer and I just kind of pop them out. Then you're left with this board. I was left with existing holes. Some of the holes were, the placement was right, some of them wasn't, and I'll show you how to put holes where you want if you don't have any holes in your board or the holes are in the wrong location. So after your board is prepped and ready, and if you painted a background design, or mine had an existing background design, then you can add your optional glitter glaze. You just need a thin coat and just apply it over. It'll dry clear and leave the glitter shimmer behind. As you can see, this part is drying, and as it dries it'll look a little less of that wet look and you're left with a really pretty shimmer, but it's not over the top. If you want over the top, just get a thicker glitter or add real glitter with it. Next, you're going to want to put in your personal drawer knobs that you picked. So for this one, the existing holes at certain locations were already the perfect placement for what I wanted, so I just used them and screw it in. You're going to notice that the screw sticks out a lot longer than you're probably going to want to hang it on a wall. We'll deal with that later. The drawer knobs you buy should come with all the hardware, the screw and the nuts and the bolts to attach them. So for this one, the 3 white ones I picked all were able to go into existing holes, so they were easy. Then I chose to do 2 different accent drawer knobs. The existing holes for where I wanted them to be placed weren't exactly right. So if this is your situation, and also if your board has no pre-existing holes, you're going to want to do this next step. So figure out where you want your drawer knobs to go. Then you can take a screw with a very sharp tip, and you can either manually screw it in and make a new hole, or you can use an electric screwdriver. Once you've made your own little screw hole, remove the screw you used to do that, and then it's just a simple matter of putting your drawer knobs and the placement that you want. Now you might have, like I do here, kind of an existing ugly hole. And for me, it wasn't a big deal because the drawer knobs I picked had wide bases, so they were easy to cover. So this is just something you'll want to pay attention to. Try to make the hole as small as possible. At one place, I actually had caused the wood to split a little bit. This wasn't a big deal. I put in a nut before screwing in the bolt, and it made the split secure. Okay, so now all your drawer knobs are placed. And now you're going to have excess back behind. All you need to do to fix this is they sell metal saws that can cut through metal, and it sounds complicated, but it's actually quite easy. I've watched my husband do it about a million times. They also have bolt cutters and things like that. If you don't have one yourself, just ask around. I know there are about 10 people in my life that I can borrow some from. And what you're going to want to do is you can cut right past the bolt. So that it's still going to stick out a little bit, but that's okay because you need it to be secure. And in my situation, this didn't matter. If you can see the actual hook where I'm going to hang it on the wall, I'll just make sure that the wall placement, it is extended off the wall just a little bit to compensate for that bolt. And it's really not a big deal. You can't even tell when it's hanging on the wall. It's quite simple and it turns out so lovely. And like I said, if you just get a basic board yourself, sand it down, you can paint your own design on it or paint it a solid color. Or you can do what I did and just try to find something existing that you can alter because it saved me an extra step. I found this one with this beautiful blue trellis pattern and it was perfect for what I wanted. So I didn't have to worry about prepping my board. I just think it turned out quite lovely, and now I can put all of our headbands, just have them hanging from the end of these knobs up on our wall, so it'll be functional and decorational. And I'm actually going to place this headband holder below a personalized bow holder that I made, so they kind of correspond and go together. Alright you guys, thanks for watching. I hope that this will inspire you to make your own. It really didn't take very long. I was very happy with how it turned out. I think it's beautiful and it's going to look really great in my little girl's room.